Some wounds never fully heal. They are not always the scars we can see, etched by shrapnel or surgery. For countless veterans, the most persistent wound is a silent one: chronic pain. It becomes an unwelcome companion they carry every single day, a shadow that follows them long after they've left the field of battle. This pain is more than a physical sensation. It's a constant presence, a thief of sleep, a barrier to simple joys, and a relentless echo of their service. It's a weight that settles deep in the bones, a reminder of the immense physical and emotional burdens they once shouldered for their country. This is the battle that doesn't end when they come home, it simply changes terrain. The fight moves from foreign soil to the landscape of their own bodies. The enemy is no longer visible, but it is formidable, waging a war of attrition against their mobility, their spirit, and their hope. The origins of this pain are as varied as the veterans who endure it. It can be the legacy of a direct combat injury, but just as often, it stems from the grueling, repetitive strain of service itself. The years of carrying heavy rucksacks, the punishing physical training, the constant state of high alert that floods the body with stress hormones. For many, it is also the physical manifestation of unseen trauma, where the mind's anguish speaks through the body's suffering. In this journey, we will step into this quiet battle. We will listen to the voices of those who live it, sharing their stories of struggle, resilience, and the search for relief. We will meet the medical experts, the therapists, and the spiritual guides who are challenging conventional approaches to pain management, looking beyond mere medication to treat the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. We will explore how ancient practices and modern science are converging to offer new pathways toward healing. This is not simply a story about pain. It is a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. It is an exploration of finding purpose beyond injury, of discovering a new kind of peace, and of the profound power of community and faith in rebuilding a life. It is a journey to understand not just how to live with the pain, but how to live fully and meaningfully beyond its grasp. For every soldier, the contract is written on the body. It's a ledger of miles marched, burdens carried, and impacts absorbed. In the theater of war, the body is pushed to its absolute limit and often beyond. We see the immediate visible wounds, the shrapnel, the breaks, the scars. We have protocols for these, a clear path from injury to recovery. But what happens when the injury doesn't heal? What happens when the war ends on the calendar, but the battle inside the body rages on, silently and unseen? This is the reality of chronic pain, a private war fought long after the homecoming parades have ended. It's an echo of the conflict, a ghost that haunts the nervous system, turning a past event into a present, relentless reality. Injuries to the back, the joints, the nerves, they don't always fade. They evolve, becoming a permanent part of a veteran's life, a daily, unwelcome reminder of a sacrifice that never stops asking for more.
It started in my lower back, a fall during a patrol. At first, you just push through. You take the ibuprofen, you stretch. You tell yourself it's part of the job. You think, it'll get better when I get home. But it didn't. It got louder. I've tried to explain it to people, my family, my friends, but they don't get it, not really. How can they? They see me. I look fine. I'm not in a cast. But inside, it's a constant negotiation. The pain is always there. Some days it's a whisper, a dull ache in the background that you can almost ignore. On those days you feel a flicker of hope. Maybe it's finally going away. But then without warning comes a scream day.
To understand chronic pain, we have to distinguish it from acute pain. Acute pain is a vital alarm system. You touch a hot stove, a signal travels to your brain, and you pull your hand away. The signal stops when the danger is gone. Chronic pain, particularly neuropathic pain common in veterans, is a malfunctioning alarm. The original injury may have healed, but the nervous system itself has been damaged or altered. It's a phenomenon we call central sensitization. The brain and spinal cord become rewired. They become hyperexcitable, amplifying sensations that shouldn't be painful and, in some cases, creating the sensation of pain out of thin air. The alarm is stuck in the on position. The volume is turned all the way up, and the brain can't find the off switch. This isn't imagined pain. It's a physiological reality. The veteran's brain is receiving real pain signals, even if there's no new injury. It's a biological betrayal.
A scream day? It's like my spine is made of glass shards. Every movement is a risk. Getting out of bed can take 20 minutes. The plan was to go to my son's soccer game. I'd been looking forward to it all week. But I woke up, and it was a scream day. I couldn't even stand up straight to make coffee. So you make the call. I can't make it. You hear the disappointment in their voice, and the guilt just eats you alive. You feel like you're failing them. You can't plan your day. You can't plan your week when you don't know if you'll even be able to walk without searing pain. It's exhausting. It's not just the physical drain. It's the mental exhaustion of constantly monitoring, constantly assessing. If I do this, what will it cost me tomorrow? It steals your spontaneity, your joy. It makes you a spectator in your own life.
This invisible weight becomes a thief in the night, stealing sleep and leaving a wake of fatigue that compounds the pain. The connection between chronic pain, insomnia, and mental health is a vicious cycle. Pain disrupts sleep, and lack of sleep lowers the pain threshold and exacerbates feelings of depression and anxiety. The mind, deprived of rest, can descend into dark places. The constant grinding nature of the pain tests even the most resilient spirits, chipping away at hope and fostering a sense of isolation. The very identity of a warrior, strong, capable, and self-reliant, is challenged daily by a body that feels like a traitor. This internal conflict can be as devastating as any external battle.
In the midst of profound physical suffering, it is natural to ask, why? Why me? Where is God in this pain? These are not questions of doubt, but of a deep human yearning for meaning. Faith doesn't necessarily provide an easy answer or a miraculous cure. Instead, it can offer a framework for endurance. It provides a language for lament, a space to cry out in anguish without fear of judgment. For some, it's about finding God not in the absence of suffering, but in the heart of it, a compassionate presence that suffers alongside them. It can also be a call to redefine strength. Perhaps true strength isn't the absence of pain, but the courage to find purpose within it. To cultivate gratitude for the whisper days, to find moments of peace and breath, and to anchor oneself in a love that transcends the physical. It's about learning to carry this cross not with bitterness, but with a resilient grace.
Because chronic pain is a complex problem, the solution can't be a single pill. We've learned the hard way about the dangers of over-relying on opioids. Effective pain management requires a multimodal, holistic approach. We call it the biopsychosocial model. The bio involves targeted physical therapy to improve function and gentle movement to keep the body from deconditioning. It can include medications that target nerve pain, not just mask it. The psycho part is crucial. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps patients reframe their relationship with pain, breaking the cycles of fear and avoidance. Mindfulness and acceptance therapies teach them to live with the pain without letting it dominate their entire existence. And the social is about connection and support, which is fundamental to healing.
For a long time, I just wanted it to go away. I was angry. I tried every pill they gave me. Some of them helped a little, but they made me feel foggy. Not myself. The turning point was when I joined a pain management program at the VA. My therapist, she didn't promise to cure me. She said, "Let's work on increasing your function. Let's work on living your life again." I started physical therapy, just simple movements. It hurt, but it was a productive hurt. I learned breathing techniques. When a wave of pain hits, instead of tensing up and fighting it, I breathe into it. It doesn't make the pain vanish, but it gives me a sense of control. It's like learning to surf. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to ride them.
And perhaps the most powerful therapy is community. In the military, you have a unit, a tribe that understands your every move. Civilian life, especially when coupled with an invisible injury, can be incredibly isolating. But in support groups, in adaptive sports programs, in peer-to-peer counseling, veterans find that tribe again. They find a place where they don't have to explain the pain because everyone in the room already gets it. They can share frustrations, trade coping strategies, and most importantly, laugh again. They stop carrying the burden silently. They learn to carry it together.
I still have scream days. I probably always will. But they don't run my life anymore. I went to my son's game last weekend. I had to sit the whole time, and I was sore for 2 days after. But I was there. I saw him score a goal, that look on his face. That's what I fight for now. The pain is a part of my story, but it's not the whole story. My life is bigger than my pain.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Even in their pain, God's strength shines through, providing a foundation of hope and healing. Stand with us and help us support our veterans. From the ancient scrolls where prophets first wrestled with suffering and faith, to the modern pages of our own lives, the story remains the same. A search for meaning in the midst of pain. Throughout this series, we have walked a sacred and often difficult path together. We've listened to the courageous voices of our veterans, men and women who have borne the visible and invisible scars of service. We've delved into the complex reality of chronic pain and unrelenting adversity that tests the limits of endurance. And through it all, we have sought to bridge the gap between modern medical understanding and the timeless ancient truths of faith. We've explored how a relationship with God is not an escape from hardship, but a source of profound strength within it, a steadfast anchor in the storm of suffering, reminding us that even in the deepest valley, we are never truly alone. If you are watching this today and you carry the heavy burden of chronic pain, trauma, or despair, we want to speak directly to your heart. Your struggle is real. Your pain is valid, you are seen, you are known, and you are cherished by a Creator who understands your suffering intimately. The journey toward healing is often not a straight line, but a winding road with peaks and valleys. There will be days of immense difficulty, but there will also be moments of grace, glimmers of hope, and breakthroughs you never thought possible. Hold on to the truth that your worth is not defined by your physical limitations or your mental battles. You are a testament to resilience, a warrior in a fight that few can see. May you feel the comforting presence of the Holy Spirit, a peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart and your mind. This journey of healing is not one you have to walk by yourself. Faith provides the foundation, but God often works through the hands and hearts of others. We strongly encourage you to seek out the resources He has placed in your path. This includes connecting with medical professionals and therapists who specialize in pain management and trauma recovery. It means finding your community. Reach out to a VA chaplain, join a support group like Celebrate Recovery, or find a small group within your local church. True strength is not found in silent suffering, but in the vulnerability of asking for help. Spiritual practices can also be powerful tools for your arsenal. Spend time in prayer, not with elaborate words, but with an honest heart. Meditate on scriptures that speak of hope and restoration, like Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Journaling your thoughts and prayers can also be a profound way to process your experience and witness God's faithfulness over time. This series was created with a singular purpose: to bring hope and practical support to those who are hurting. It's a mission that lies at the very heart of El Shaddai Christian Ministries. We believe in creating content that doesn't just inform but transforms. If this message spoke to your heart or opened your eyes to a new perspective, you can help us extend its reach. By liking this video, you send a signal that this conversation is vital. By sharing it, you become a messenger of hope. You never know who in your circle, a friend, a family member, a fellow veteran, is fighting a silent battle and needs to hear that they are not alone. Your share could be the answer to someone's prayer. We also invite you to join the conversation in the comments below. Share your story, offer a word of encouragement, or post a prayer. Let's build a community of support right here. And finally, subscribe to our channel to join us for more truth-filled, spirit-led content designed to equip and encourage you on your walk of faith. Thank you for joining us on this journey. As we part, we leave you with this blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He turn His face toward you and give you a peace that is deep, abiding, and everlasting. Go in strength and know that you are loved.